All right. We're back. We're back, baby.
What's up, guys?
Episode 2 of today, Sunday. What is today? The 19th of July. Can you believe it's past the midpoint of year 2026?
I can't even believe. I feel like it wasn't
We're
that
past
long ago.
July 1st. We're past the midpoint of the year. We're in the second half of the year.
I feel like it wasn't that long ago. You and I went to go see Young Washington. So
It's just absolutely crazy, though.
well, on the topic of like Washington and as we said in the last segment, the current state of affairs. That is a quick reaction to. Well, we're not going to tell you the second part, but a quick reaction to the death of Senator Lindsay Graham. What I'm not going to. I've already led the conversation. Why don't you give your thoughts?
I would tell anybody that's watching this, that watches us, if it's 30 people or 30,000 people, which it's not, but I mean anybody, I would instruct them to go to Dave Smith, his podcast, Part of the Problem, and listen to that. He does a 20-minute...
I referred to that.
He does a 20-minute, I think the episode's like 20, 22, 25 minutes.
The episode itself is an hour long, but that segment is probably like good 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah, it's around 20 minutes long.
I watched it right one.
And it's just, he hits a home run out of the park, detailing who Lindsey Graham really is. Aside from the rumors, all the stuff about his sexuality, all that weird stuff. I mean, you can get into the weeds on that. Was he weird and definitely suspect? 1,000,000%. But I'm not going to go down that road. The guy passed away. I'm talking about who he was as a politician and what policies he was an advocate for. I'm sorry, the guy's dead. I don't care, though. I got to say it. He's pretty much a disgusting human being. He didn't ever advocate for anything good. Everything was about warmongering. Everything was about what's wrong with the Republican Party, considering themselves like an aristocracy, that they can do no wrong. It's all the Democrats' fault. When really you are, ironically, part of the problem. It's a 50-50 thing. It doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican. If you want like increased spending, if you want warmongering and you're a war hawk,
vote for either of them, you'll get it.
You're going to get the same thing. In 2026,
you'll get that same thing.
And he was one of the worst, especially recently. This whole Iran thing. So I don't know, did they ever determine what was the actual cause of death?
We can get into that after I give my thoughts, but
first give your thoughts and then
there's some.
So what are your
sentiments? That's probably an episode in and of itself. Lindsey Graham conspiracy theory.
I know what I didn't know if they made a public declaration of like what actually happened. He died of a heart attack.
The day after, he had a disease that took him quickly.
Okay.
That's what they said. The thing is, we live in crazy times, so that's neither here nor there. As for my thoughts, I'm glad that you mentioned the Part of the Problem segment, because I am going to reference a little bit how Dave puts it. So, as someone of a Christian background, death is very impactful, not only for the individual that goes through it, because that means they're not here anymore, and also in the spiritual realm, whether you're Jewish, even atheist, although whatever, and especially Christian, death is very symbolic. It is either, peaceful, painful, whatever. It's very impactful. That's the best way you can say it. It is very impactful. Probably the most impactful thing in the entire world. In the world of man. And it should not be taken lightly when someone dies. Okay. I try not to wish death on people that I might disagree with or I've had issues with, whether it's a personal level or someone in the political realm. I'm very slightly quoting Dave Smith on that regard. That being said, and I said this online at one point when I was arguing with my friend regarding stupid political divides on one side or the other. It's bullshit what happened. All I'm going to say is this. There's plenty of Republicans I disagree with. There's plenty of Libertarians I disagree with. There's plenty of Democrats I disagree with. If, God forbid, I disagree with J.D. Vance quite a bit at this point, given his loyalty to the Trump administration and Israel. If he were to die tomorrow, I would not be happy. I'd feel bad for his kids. I guess his newborn was just born today, I believe, or yesterday. It was reported today. I don't know.
Yeah.
Congrats to him, by the way. If Bernie Sanders, who I disagree with on 95% of issues,
right.
If he passed away, I would not be happy. If Chase Oliver passed away, if nobody knows who that is, he was a Libertarian candidate in 24. What a joke. But I wouldn't be happy that he passed away.
I gotcha.
There is no sympathy for me. Now, I'm not going to be that person. I'm not going to be like the left in 25, where people like Amanda Seyfried and people on the left were happy that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. I'm not going to be like, yeah, you know. But
That's
you
crazy when people act like that.
I know. You cannot have me feel like if people of Lindsay Graham, like his family, they lost a loved one. And my prayers go out to them, and I wish them a speedy recovery on that one. Lindsey Graham himself, I cannot feel sorry for him. And here's why it's different. He wasn't like, I love America and whatever. Oh, great. Just like the last time.
Where's Morgan?
Yeah. But I'm going to ignore this little...
Ignore this for right now.
Yeah, ignore that.
And then
we'll get into it later. There is nothing to feel bad about when it comes to Lindsey Graham. And again, I'll explain why. He never mentions how much he loved America. He mentions how much he loves Israel. He's made it very clear he loves war. He loves death. He loves Israel and through. And let's waste the money, let's waste lives, let's waste anything to make sure we get his neocon agenda done. He's wanted nothing but death and destruction. And while it doesn't just, like, for example, if someone assassinated him, that's just not cool. It wouldn't be cool if he was assassinated. But you're not going to get me to feel sorry for him. He's wanted nothing but death and destruction. And he's made it very clear. I've watched this clip 5 times. He says, I am not with... To Americans, I'm not with you. I'm with them.
Right.
Israel.
100%.
And I'm sorry. If you're someone who says, I'm not with you, I'm with Russia, Ukraine, whatever.
Yeah, who says
you
that?
are a traitor to my nation.
Correct.
And if you're pro-bombing innocent people to get your agenda across... You are an evil son of a bitch.
I agree with you.
Am I going to say rest in piss? No.
No. Because we're not like that.
We're better than that. But you're not going to get me to feel sorry.
Yeah. There's a distinct difference. I'm with you on all of that.
There's nothing more I can say.
So there's our Lindsey Graham. Like, we'll leave it at that. Because I don't even want to give the guy more airtime. Okay, he's gone. What did he add to the country? To me, not a whole lot. I'm just
he added a deficit, and he added to the neocon agenda that is destroyed.
100%.
Which we're going to get into this right now, adding more disaster to
good transition.
That wasn't even planned. That
wasn't even planned, but it's perfect to talk about what's going on right now.
He has added.
Graham was a war hawk, and this is the problem we have now, which you wanted to talk about Trump.
Him going to Congress and declaring war with Iran. And I'll just say one thing, and I'll carry over to you, Fletch. I just have one thing to say.
Yeah, no. Do your thing.
I'm not going to take up the whole... You can probably talk about the majority. I'm going to just say this. Hey, Trump supporters, to all of you who said that it wasn't a war because Congress didn't declare it, what the fuck do you have to say about it?
What do you have to say?
Now that our president of the United States of America went to Congress and declared war with Iran. Are you going to apologize? What do you have to say?
What I would love, what do they have to say now? Because it's disgusting what's going on. This is here. I'm gonna read something. This is great, like to generate a little bit of the topic. I don't want the episode to go too long.
Sure,
I know
sure.
that people like the shorter episodes. They like the nuggets
Yeah.
that we give. But here are 12 things that have happened under Trump's tenure in the first couple years.
Of his second term. Right?
This is. I shouldn't even preface that by saying this is Trump. I should have just said this is a president's 12 accomplishments, and you wouldn't have known if I was talking about Joe Biden or Donald Trump. Okay, he started a war. He did that. Now he's asking for war. Israel first movement. Israel first. He is obviously not America first. If anybody that's a Trump supporter comes to you, what do you say to them when they're like, "Oh, he's America first"? He's not.
I would say
It's
he's clearly
not.
He's
like,
clearly not.
Can you back that up with any fact? And then they go off and they call you you're a bleeding heart liberal. Oh, you must be blue. You must be a
You
Dem.
have Trump derangement
You have
syndrome.
TDS. And it's like, no. Higher gas prices. I thought that
By the
was
way,
only under Biden.
another thing they were trying to say, it's still not as high as it was under Biden. Dude, it's 9 cents less than Biden's.
It's like, come
gas.
on, it's under a nickel in some spots. It's like, it's the same thing. You promised to bring it down, you didn't do that. Deficits are out of control. The largest deficits in the history of American government. I thought he was supposed. What happened to Doge? What happened to spending, like, consolidation?
I thought we were going to cut spending.
I thought
we were going to make budget cuts.
Are you
Pour
and I
money into the
talking
economy.
crazy? Like, this is like basic stuff. Like, this is what he ran on. He's a polar out. I've never seen a dude has been a bigger turncoat or a bigger fraud. Like, what he ran on, it's 180 degrees the other direction. It's crazy. Higher grocery prices. His promise was to lower grocery prices. Prices are now not only as high, they are higher than when Biden was in office. That's a fact. This isn't like me and Nick are just like, hey, we're freewheeling and giving our opinion.
And we're not here to like say, oh, if only Kamala had... No, we're not taking that back. We're not going to walk back our positions. I don't regret my choice in 24. However, perhaps I could have sat this out knowing the results that took place. And unlike most people that say, oh, I'm not hardcore this, I just want this, now those same people are just sticking with Trump no matter what bad he's done.
No matter what.
Whereas me, no. I'm here, like, if you were to look at me on a line, like, there's the liberals, there's the conservatives, and the MAGA right, whatever, I'm still right here.
I'm here. I'm in what I call reality.
The only thing that's changed with me was I am now a little more mixed on tariff policy. That's the only thing that's changed.
I'm with you.
But my policies on America First, on no funding to foreign nations,
100%.
pro-life, and all that stuff, nothing's changed.
No.
But these people are like, well,
I
it's
haven't
different.
moved either.
Well, but they're saying, oh, it's different because Trump does it. It's like, no, it's not.
It's not. Here's two that I didn't know if you knew from the Biden to the Trump administration. The clothing cost, the cost of just basic clothing and vehicles. The actual cost of vehicles across the entire spectrum, if you get a median cost, both clothing and vehicles are much more under Trump. So, I mean, that I didn't know. Nobody talks about that. They always talk about groceries, right? But clothing and actual vehicle costs are significantly up. 401k losses. He always talks on camera about how great the stock market's doing. It's all BS. It's all smoke and mirrors.
Okay, I'll just say one super quick thing. I think anyone on the left or right who says, well, here's why the president's doing bad, it's because look at the stock market. Tell me if I'm wrong, Fletch, you're more of an expert on stocks than I am. I think that's actually one of the worst arguments you can make about why, like, things are going well.
100%.
It's the stock market's, it's doing bad. Now, clearly, you don't want it to crash because then you have a depression or something. I think that's what happens, right?
100%.
If it crashes, you get a depression.
1,000%.
You clearly don't want to, but if you say, "Oh, it's doing great," or it's not doing that well, or something, unless you say it crashes, I don't think that's a good argument.
I agree with you.
Because the stock market did great at points under Biden, and then it did terrible under Biden, and it did great under Trump, and it did terrible under Trump. So it's like it's no different.
Do you remember the movie Wolf of Wall Street?
Oh,
Obviously.
fucking love that movie.
It's a great movie, right? Do you remember the scene where Leo DiCaprio is sitting with Matthew McConaughey? He's still in the training phase.
Oh yeah, and then
they're
he's
at the
like,
table and
pump
he's
those
like-
numbers up.
Yeah, he's like, he's like, it's a fairy, it's a fugazi,
It's fairy
you know,
dust.
it's fairy dust, it's few, and he makes a sound. It's a hilarious scene. It's a great movie. Obviously, I love that movie.
That's probably my favorite
But-
Leo movie.
That's what the stock market is. He goes, all you're doing is you're selling the dream. It's fugazi. It's fake, you know, and it's reality. Trump is doing the same thing in his press conferences. He's like, oh, the stock market's never been higher. Then why are 401ks like across the board down? Retirement accounts are down. Why? Because of the volatility that you're creating by doing the things that he's doing, especially the war. So you have this ebb and flow rather than having just gradual incremental growth that's substantial, meaning you can place it on brick and mortar substance. He's got this. And all of his buddies, the billionaire class, things have never been better because they know when to get in and out on the roller coaster ride. The average Joe that's working 2 jobs or working 70 hours a week at the one job, you don't know when to exit the stock at the proper time. So you're not gaining any momentum. Your 401ks are down. That's why it's all fairy dust. It's all nonsense. What were the last couple? We'll blow through these. Crypto's down. The devaluation of the U.S. dollar, that's evident.
That's
you
just
know.
nothing.
And here's the one which he ran on. He was going to create more blue collar, just middle class jobs. It's false. There's almost the same, if not very incrementally in terms of percentage, more minimum wage jobs, but the middle class jobs, the jobs that you can make support a family, make a living on, those are down, and unemployment's up because those jobs he didn't bring back. Those jobs have went out and they've stayed out, especially in the manufacturing sector. No, they went down to Mexico. They went north. They went everywhere but here. So, and it's just, those are numbers. Like, you can't fake that. So all of this fairy dust that he's trying to spread around, like, and then his supporters will come back and be like, well, it was so bad under Biden that he's got so much repair work to do. And I'm like,
that's the same.
Okay, here we
that
go
is the
again.
exact same argument. I'm telling you this right now, Fletcher.
Such nonsense.
What you just told me about those Trump supporters, they sound, I've said this in previous episodes, but that right there, they sound just like Biden voters in 22.
1,000%.
They're like, oh, Biden's fixing what Trump left behind with COVID. It's the same argument.
Same thing.
And this is what pisses me off about Trump supporters.
That's why we're going to get a Democrat in 28, and God forbid it be like somebody like a Gavin Newsom. I think the whole country will just go down the toilet.
I warned.
Because this is why you're going to get. This is why I have a problem with Trump. It's not only the fact that he lied and he's done a 180 on all of his promises. It's the fact that you've now tainted. And I'm not a conservative. I'm a libertarian, if anything. I'm a moderate. I'm in the middle. I'm a registered independent. It's just that you've tainted the entire side of the aisle of politics that I agreed with a little more than the other side, the uber liberal side. And it's like, I thought you were going to do these good things in moderation to bring us back to like a nice neutral place where we could grow moving forward. You've done everything that you could do to like stymie that. Marjorie Taylor Greene, all these other conservatives, They all Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, Tucker said he's done with the Republicans.
It's so apparent.
I asked my dad, what does he think of Tucker leaving the Republicans? And he said, I think this is a bit of an exaggeration. But he said if Tucker is saying that, he thinks the Republicans will never win an election again.
I don't think so either. That's what I mean. That's where I was going with that. I think you're going to get by default. It's not because he's so good as a candidate. It's just that everybody is so disgusted with what Trump's done. The moderates. It's like the independents, the moderates. The uber conservatives are always going to vote for no matter who is in that uber conservative category. But Trump represented way more than that. All of those moderates are going to go over to the Democrats.
There's a plethora.
Because they're just sick of what happened over the last 2 years. And you're going to get Gavin Newsom, who's a total scumbag.
Do you know what was so exciting? I was telling you this off camera like a while ago. I miss the way 24 was because it truly was. I had never been like 2020. I had started pretty much getting on the Trump train, saying I prefer him over Biden and stuff. But 24, I was excited to be a Trump supporter because you had Tulsi Gabbard, RFK, you had Dave Smith, who has been one of the most critical libertarians you can ever think of, and people that a lot of people wanted his support for Trump. He voted for him in 24.
100%.
You had these podcasters, these average Joes like Joe Rogan, who said, I don't want... In 21, he told Lex Friedman, I don't want to help Trump. You had all of these people that said, and disgusted people. I'm not saying these people all had to be Trump supporters. They were disgusted Democrats who were like, look, Trump's not my guy. You know who was a great example was Zachary Levi. He was an RFK supporter, and he said, like, I think he even said to say, like, he's still not a big Trump guy, but he was so fed up with the way the left was doing things. Even fucking Bill Maher right now, but that's probably because of Israel, even he's like I like the left, but man, they piss me off. Like,
yeah.
And I kind of like this. I forget who said this. Asmongold. I've shown you him. He's the guy who reacts to like the police body cam footage.
Yeah, for sure.
And I like what he said in a video I watched today. He just did this. He uploaded this yesterday, and he said, "Here's the thing." This is his quote, not mine. And he said, "Listen, a lot of the Democrat policies, I actually do agree with, like social-ish, like some like social programs and some healthcare stuff. Like I agree with them on it. The problem is they've been taken over by psychos." And
100%.
Asmongold, he's not a conservative.
No,
like he's not, you know. And I'm the same way. I'm still am a libertarian, but the thing is, when it comes to, and I will give Trump credit for this, I have to, with everything bad that he's done, and I'm still not going to call him a good president after everything he's done, but there are three things where I'm like, okay, if it was the left, these things would not have been done, Fletch. The border being secure was very important. Pardoning the J6ers, while not all of them should have been pardoned, that was important because those people were treated horribly by the justice system. And then three, you know what I noticed? Is the cops are getting the respect they deserve. They were not getting that under the Biden administration. Ever since Obama came into place, the cops were demoralized.
it's not all bad. I agree with you on that. There's some good things.
The thing is, these are really good things.
100%.
Amazing things. The problem is, all the bad stuff is really bad stuff.
It's really bad.
You have three really good things, and you have like 50.
You have it outnumbers it like 10 to 1. Yeah, that's the problem.
More like 30 to 1 at this
probably
point.
30 to 1 or
It's
whatever.
like
It's sad. It's sad. What I get, I get like, there's a sadness about like the state of affairs. Like when we started out, talking about the political state of affairs. It's just, we need a third option to keep the other two more honest.
Otherwise,
and
you have Marco Rubio and Gavin Newsom.
I just don't see it coming down the pike, and it's so sad because what you have right now is just there's bad options. These are bad options for people as leaders of the best country on planet Earth. So
I'll end my part of the segment on this note. I am going to give you conservatives, you Trump supporters, a warning. We have been vocal this entire time, and we will continue to be vocal, whether it's on this podcast, online, well, this video will be online, anywhere. But I am going to warn you on one thing. The day that we shut up and we don't participate in your arguments against the wacky left, you've lost the country. I'm just going to tell you now. The second that you stop hearing and say, you know, guys, these Trump supporters kind of have a point here. Second we start doing that, you will have lost 60% of the country. Just a fair warning.
I agree with that.
And when that happens, Gavin Newsom's going to be your president. And God, do I not want that to happen.
That is going to be an absolute disaster if that happens. Yeah, I don't have anything else to add because it's depressing. It's really depressing. Between the current state of affairs and my love life, it's depressing. So, it's just what's out there on both fronts, whether it be the political scene of the United States or my options in terms of a love life. It's depressing. It's like Siberia. It's a barren wasteland. So we'll leave it at that. We'll come back. We'll do another quick segment. I had some interesting notes on food that I wanted to talk about.
And we can actually, and to add to that, we can actually follow up on a topic that you brought up, I want to say months ago, regarding parasites.
Oh yeah, parasites are a big thing. Yeah.
Right now, really apparently. But stay tuned for that.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll come back in a little bit, and we'll do one last episode.
In the next one.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.